Yes, people, how you doing? Hope you're all well and staying safe. Okay, so now it's time for episode 4 of Coach's Talk, and I'm very, very, very pleased and happy to have Coach Matthew with us. Now, Coach Matthew's been with Kekoa since 2018. We started with us. I found him on Indeed, which has proved to be a great thing for me. I first contacted him. I knew straight away he was a perfect person for Kekoa. When he come down, very, very professional, very organized. You know, he's run everything from our coaching sessions all the way through to now he's doing running the under 12 team now as well. He's also done some of the girl sessions, which is what I want to talk to him about as well, how he felt in that, which is something a bit different to what none of the other coaches have really done. He's really had good experience with coaching the girls as well as the development teams as well. So let's bring in the main man himself. What's happening, Matthew? And how you been, man? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you been?
I'm all right, man. All right. How you finding COVID?
It's been all right. I'm still working. You know, I'm still going in every day. So, you know, I'm keeping my step count up.
Pardon?
I'm keeping my step count up. So that's
okay. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, man. So listen, I want to get into a couple of things with you, but first and foremost, just start at the beginning with your coaching journey. How did you start before Kekoa, or even how did you get into coaching in the beginning?
Well, I didn't start that too long before I joined Kekoa. I'd probably say about 6 months beforehand. Before I started, I'll say I wasn't really going through the best of times. My dad died around the start of the year.
Okay.
So I was kind of looking for a change in what I was doing and, you know, the direction I was heading in. So I was speaking to my mum a bit about, you know, what I could do and certain things. She's always said to me about being a lifeguard, because I used to swim and I have had a job before.
Okay.
Lifeguard. So she said about getting back into that. It wasn't really something that I was, you know, looking to do over the long run.
Okay.
I wanted something that was a bit more, you know, sustaining and, you know, that will hold a bit more stability in my life. I know what I was looking for.
Yeah.
At the time, I wasn't really watching football as much. I wouldn't say I fell out of love with it, but
you're just grieving, going through that sort of.
Yeah, you know, Arsenal wasn't really
the
best team at the time. So I kind of just, you know, stopped watching it as much as I used to. Then one day my mum just came to me and she said, you know, there's a woman who's got a church that she goes to. There's a woman there that coaches the team. They could use some extra hands. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, this could be, you know, my intro back into football.
Right.
I thought, okay, I'll do it. Unfortunately, the team did fold a couple months after.
Okay. What age group was that?
It were under 15s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They ended up folding a couple months after that. And then, you know, I was kind of back to where I started. At the time, I didn't have my level 1. So I thought, okay, cool, I'll go and get my level 1.
Yeah.
I actually traveled to Staines
wow.
to get my level 1. Yeah. At the time, I think it was June of that year. I was looking for courses. There was courses in East London, but they were fully booked. I wanted to do it as soon as possible. You know, I wasn't really trying to wait. And the nearest was Staines. I think twice a week I was traveling up to Staines.
Wow. And you're from South, right? So
yeah, I'm from South London. So it was a bit of a distance, but you know, if you want something done, if you're really passionate about something, I'm sure you'll do what it takes.
You'll do it exactly.
And after that, I think I contacted you maybe around August, and then you got back to me in September, because I'll never forget my first day coming down. It was raining. it was really coming down, but you know, it gave me as soon as I stepped in, I saw all the kids, and it gave me a sort of rush. You know, feeling that this is where I need to be.
Yeah,
the right place for me, and you know, the rest, we're here now.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because just going back to when I saw your stuff on Indeed and I actually contacted you, you was one of the only people that said, I can come down tomorrow. Like, you seemed like you was on it. I phoned one guy, he was sleeping. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, you seem, oh yeah, come down tomorrow. And I was quite surprised by that. I was like, all right, yeah, cool, come down. And when you come down, it was good, man. It was good. So like you say, when you first come, you really like the setup, and you thought this was something you can get involved in.
Yeah. You know, meeting Junior, certain coaches that was there.
Yeah.
You know, they made me feel at home. You know,
Yeah.
also myself. You know, I remember the red jacket that.
Yeah.
You know, it made me feel really good.
Yeah.
And I remember I got back in my car when I left, and I was thinking, yeah, you know what, this is where I need to be. This is you know, this sort of thing will help me progress in life.
Yeah.
So put me on a different speed.
Yeah, I noticed you said earlier about going back into some point, you go back into football. So what was your football playing days like? Or when you say go back into that, what you're referring to?
Well, yeah, mainly playing, also watching. I used to I played Sunday league, done a bit of Saturday. I always said when I was a teenager, I used to swim and play football at the same time.
Okay,
so it kind of helped me in the football part. What a lot of people don't know is when I was younger, I was really a chubby kid.
Oh, okay.
So I was really short and chubby. Got into swimming, you know, really helped me progress. But once I got to about 16, 17, my interest ended up going elsewhere.
Okay.
And
yeah,
you know, life.
Yeah, cool. So you're at Kekoa. So as with everyone, I'd make them coach with the, you know, the coaching aspect of things with young kids. So was it your first experience with younger kids?
Yes,
it
was a big challenge, but it was something that I really enjoyed because I learned from it a lot.
Yeah,
you know, I'm still learning. I took a lot from working with the kids. And you know, to be honest, I probably enjoy it as much as I did now, as much as I did then.
Yeah,
you know, it's because I've learned more over the time.
Yeah,
you know, I'm able to, you know, do certain things that I didn't know then.
Yeah. And what really impresses me about you is that you're always up for the challenge. You know, whenever I say, you know, this needs to be covering, can you do that? Or, you know, this person here needs a bit of help, or whatever, can you do that? You're always up for it. You know, you're always up for the challenge. You never once said, you know what, I think that should be for someone else. You know, you're always up, you're always willing to learn, which is good, man. Which is good. Where does that come from within you?
I think it was mainly me learning. You know, getting as much experience as I could, you know, from to help me progress. And I think just having the feeling of being around it again, you know, the feeling of, you know, seeing either me kicking a ball or seeing a kid kick a ball, you know, that's the sort of feeling or place I like to be around, you know?
Yeah. So like I say, you've done obviously the kids. I want to talk to you about the girls sessions because, as you know, we was running a session for Tower Hamlets every week, and you was running that session. You know, how did you find that, and was that different to obviously anything else because they're girls or not? Or was it just the same?
It was a bit different, yeah, a bit because they were girls. I wouldn't say you have to approach it completely different, but you know, there is a line with certain things, you know. You know, especially for me personally, a lot of the kids will come with their laces undone. You know, certain boys I wouldn't mind doing their laces, but certain girls I prefer to go to their mother or their father.
Yeah, of course.
They were, I think they were a great batch. It was great to see some of the girls progressing because obviously female football, women football is not broadcasted as much as male football.
No, yeah, of course.
A lot of females who go under wraps or that they're not really seen that may have great talent. And for me, it was great to see that. It was great to see girls developing and young girls as well that actually want to play football. You know, if I have a daughter, if she wanted to play football, I'm getting her every single thing. You know, shin pads, boots,
of course,
a full track suit. So it was good to see.
Nah, wicked. And now you're managing. You're taking the under 12 team. How are you finding that? And you know what's different about that than anything you've sort of like experienced before? Or is it the same?
And there's always something new. There's always something, you know, that's a bit different. Working with the under 12s, I've really enjoyed it to start with. Great set of lads, great set of boys. One thing that's always stuck in my mind is, you know, they're 12 years old now, 11, 12 years old now. So they're getting to an age where, you know, they start to mature and, you know, things, you know, they're getting to that age, they're becoming teenagers. You know?
I mean, teenagers, yeah.
So there were certain things that I myself probably had to adjust to, realizing that they are still young, but, you know, still having the level of discipline to know that, you know, there is a serious time, and, you know, you need to be serious at certain times. You need to focus at certain times, because once you get older, that's what you realize. You know, you need to be serious. That's not always a joke.
It's
a serious thing. So I think that was probably one of the main things that I noticed I had to kind of change about myself to start with. But seeing a lot of the boys develop, it makes me feel really good. When I first took over, one of the things that I wanted to do more was get us passing the ball amongst ourselves, working as a team to get to goal. And to see that coming through, you know, I remember there was one day, obviously I do like to play out from the back, and there was, you know, hearing from someone else that they can see that in the boys and then playing, it makes me feel really good.
Of course.
So great set of lads, great set of boys.
Yeah, they are, and, you know, a lot of people say the younger kids are, you know, the hardest because obviously they're more free spirited. But I think you're coaching the team because, as you say, they're turning into teenagers now. They've got more of their own mind and have their own little set of ideas themselves, you know. And it's a different challenge, you know. And I think in some ways it's more of a challenge because they do know more, and they do really want to, you know, have to stamp their authority. You know, you get bigger personalities, you know, on certain training sessions or during matches and that. How have you found it with the you know, because you've been 9-a-side for the first time this year as well, even though we only played a few games. How have you found the tactical side of it?
Well, I'm still learning. I think in regards to, I think one of my main things that I feel I need to still work on is paying a bit more attention to detail. Right. You know, making certain changes or altering certain things, doing it at a certain time. I'm still figuring that out a bit. Right. But in regards to, there was one game that still sticks in my head. We played the under 11s.
Yeah.
And a certain person knew what sort of tactics we was doing. And so, you know, they were able to counter off that. But the reason I still think about it is because knowing what I know now, I probably would have altered certain things.
Yeah.
You know, I think about, okay, cool, I could have maybe changed that at the back or it off a bit more, you know, certain things like that. So I am still learning in regards to those things. But, you know, having those experiences or going through those things are helping me.
You know, of course. It's cool, and I love it with the under 11s. So I was helping out Ali with the under 11s, and you with the under 12s. It's a good every session on a Saturday. We have a little hour game, you know, which has become very competitive, which is good, which is what we need, man. So I know you've been enjoying that. I know Ali has been enjoying that too, and it's been a good experience, man, isn't it?
It has. You know, it's especially with Ali, because our teams work together at times.
Yeah.
You know, it is nice to see everything. I believe that all of the teams are progressing. But working closer with the under 11s and under 12s, and seeing how they're getting on, and how, you're right, how competitive it has become. Not just the coaches, it's the boys as well, because there are great players in the under 11s.
No, wicked.
It's been good. It's been really good.
There is some really good players under 11s and under 12s too. But let's get more into your own coaching philosophies and your own coaching style. I mean, first and foremost, what makes a good player for you?
Someone who's willing to learn. It's like myself. I want to learn more. A good listener. Someone who is dedicated. You know, someone who is committed Just like you were saying about myself, about I wouldn't say no, or I wouldn't pass up opportunity.
Yeah.
I think that's the main things. Someone who anyone can have, technical ability.
Yeah.
I always say, but when it comes down to, listening or learning, there may be some that lack, and I think having that sort of groundwork behind you, but there's a lot of players in the Premier League that I think shouldn't be there, or well, they're there, but they shouldn't be there because they haven't got that technical ability. But they're probably there because they've,
they work hard, they bring something to the team. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that should be the groundwork, and then you should be able to build off that.
And plus, that's the definition of team, though, isn't it? So you have the players that do the nice, easy on the eye stuff, but then then if you're building a proper team, then you're gonna have to have them other players bring something different to the table, man. Which is cool, and it all comes down to you're gonna have commitment throughout any stage of football. Definitely. So in terms of your philosophy then, so what do you look for first? Do you look for the talent, or do you look for that hard work, or would you look to work on first?
Well, I think one of the first things that would always stand out is what they can do, or how they perform. I think that's always one of the first things that stand out.
Yeah.
But I think it's going past that point. Where do we go from there? Having boys around me to the under 12s who I'm fortunate enough to have both, guys that want to listen to guys who have the technical ability. It does make it easier, but the main thing that I would say I have to look for is someone who is willing. If I can say that, someone who is gonna do, who's gonna come on a rainy day, or who's gonna come when, not every pitch is gonna be the best pitch.
The best, exactly.
So the players who don't mind about getting mud on their boots and like that, it kind of shows to me, they don't really, they're just here to play football.
Exactly, and funny enough, it's been snowing recently, and I was walking downstairs where I'm actually in the middle of moving, but I was downstairs, and there was the kids playing football in the snow. Do you know what I mean? Like the little group of kids playing football in the snow, and I was thinking that would have been me when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of commitment. Do you know what I mean? That you're looking for, no matter what. You want the players to feel it and want them to want to play football. So it's very, very, very important, man. So I understand completely what you're saying. It all comes from the person inside. If they want to be there, if they're willing to learn, if they're willing to take on instructions, 100% feel that, man. So there's that goes into your philosophy of,
because it may be different with adults, but even then you're still learning. Your coach may know certain things that you may not know just yet, but it's mainly about showing that sort of side to you, and especially to me, committed and such like that.
Yeah, because as I said earlier as well, I mean, you started off with the coaching, and now you're doing the teams as well as you've done the girls as well. I mean, what is the main differences you notice within doing the coaching setup to now doing the team setup?
I think with the teams, it's more about how can I put it? It's more about me, especially with the teams. I do more game-related stuff.
Yeah,
because that's what they will be doing, every weekend. With the coaching side, it's more about helping them, critique their skills a bit more. Improve their skills a bit more. Yes, with the teams, I do still do drills where, we're helping them with their passing and stuff like that. But I do think in the teams, you are a team, so you will develop together. And the main thing should be, getting that sort of mindset on what to do in certain scenarios in games and stuff like that. So the main thing would have to be game-related drills.
Okay, so as your personality wise, does your personality change? Because with the teams, it's a bit more. It's a bit more intense, isn't it? You're looking for certain things, and with the coaching, you have to be a bit more. I don't know, a bit more understanding, a bit more compassionate. Or are you the same, or do you change?
I think there's a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
For the coaching side, there is a bit of both. I do a lot of the kids that I coach. I do believe in them, and a lot of them do show signs. So I am quite lenient at times, but there is a time where you need to say, look, you can do that better. Try
Yeah.
again. That sort of thing with the teams. With the under 12, it's a bit more serious.
Yeah, because it's a different environment, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. One thing that I don't like. I know it does happen, but I don't like to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And um, one thing that I've kind of I shouldn't think about too much, but it does have a little part in my head. Is the sort of impression we're giving off.
Right.
We do have parents at training,
Mm-hmm.
and such like that. So that sort of thought does play in my mind. Okay, I don't want to have a team, or I don't want to be in charge of this team, and I'm not doing my job properly. They're not performing properly.
Mm.
So it does come with that sort of responsibility.
Yeah.
With the teams, especially, but with the coaching, you do still have that same aspect. There are still parents there. You are
Mm-hmm.
still developing these kids who want to play football.
Yeah, of course.
It does change. It does change at times.
Yeah, so I suppose the thing that stays the same is the parents want to see on both sides. The parents want to see improvement in their child, in coming to football, which will never change, But I'm talking about you going. Let's go more deeper into yourself. I mean, what is your ambitions out of coaching? What do you want out of coaching? What are your ambitions?
Well, I just wanna develop. If I'm honest, I found a great place in Kekoa, where I have been developing, and I continue to develop there. I think it's one of the other things. The bigger picture, I would obviously continue to get my badges,
Yeah.
and get my pro badges if that's possible, if I can get
Mm-hmm.
to that point. But to be honest, it's all about developing. It's all about getting as much experience for me as I can.
Yeah.
Like I said, I found a great place in Kekoa. So personally, deep down, Kekoa has become. I kind of support the club.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm happy as how things are. It's all
Yeah.
about developing, and getting to that next level at Kekoa.
Yeah, man. No, I hear that, man. I hear that. That's good to hear as well, man. So, As I know you mentioned the swimming before. Are you still swimming now? Or do you still swim, or what are you doing?
I swim for fun, should I say?
Okay.
The club that I used to swim for was a local club to down my side. They do have a masters team, which is, I think it's 21 and above. I have thought about doing that, but during these times we can't really do much. But
That's pretty interesting. Though, swimming. Joe, I love swimming. Being underwater for me, yeah, being underwater. There's two things I love: being underwater and walking in snow. And this, for some reason, it's so relaxing. And being under that water, that noise you hear when you can't eat nothing, it's silent. I love that noise, man. So and I used to go swimming a lot myself. So yeah, I'm a keen swimmer myself, man. So it's good to know. So one day we'll have a little swim.
Oh, I don't know if you want to race me there. I'm not sure.
What was you doing? What was you doing? Forgive breaststroke. What was you on?
My stroke was breaststroke.
See,
but I was, to be honest, the one that I disliked, that I had to do a couple of times, was butterfly. It required too much energy. Yeah, yeah, too much energy. And like I said, I was a short, chubby youth. So as coming up, my body did start to change, but I did still have a lot of weight on me. So it was very tiring doing butterfly. But overall, I don't like to boast, but overall, I was suffering too much.
Amazing. So when you're not swimming in your spare time or doing football, what else are you doing? What else are you up to?
Not that much, if I'm honest. I've always kind of been a home kid. I do like to spend time with my family, read books at times. I do like to read a couple autobiographies.
No, that's what you're reading at the moment.
You know what? I just finished reading one of it should be around here somewhere. One of Harry Redknapp's.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot about his Portsmouth days.
Yeah.
Controversy behind his name and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One that I do need to read that I am kind of stalling on is Arsene Wenger's.
Arsene Wenger.
That should be quite interesting.
Whether to read it or burn it, right?
Well, you know what? I never wanted to see Arsene Wenger leave in the first place. I wanted a change.
Even near the end. Didn't want to see him leave.
No, well, that's the thing. I wanted a change. I remember there was a game when we played City back to back in the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
And then we came at the Emirates straight after. We lost 3-0 in the final. And then back in the league at the Emirates, I think it was 3-0 down in the first half. And to see Wenger kind of just sitting there, not really showing any emotion.
Yeah.
If I was now I'm a coach. If I was in that position,
Exactly,
I'll probably be like Hamza and end up standing on the pitch, trying to bark certain orders. But I think once I saw that, it was a thing where there does need to be a change. But the way he left, I don't know. I didn't really want it to be like that. I was born in '94, so all I know is Wenger. I've never really seen a coach at Arsenal. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
So obviously you're an Arsenal supporter. So let's talk about them for a little minute. We thought they turned the corner.
Yeah.
A couple of games ago. I mean, they had a couple of little win streak, but now they're on another little dodgy streak. What do you reckon? What are your thoughts at the minute?
Well, I first of all, I still believe in Arteta. I still think he can do a certain job. I do still think he can take us to that next level.
Yeah.
There was, I'm going to be honest, there was a point in my life where I thought Arsenal were cursed. Especially after Henri left. Especially after that. I used to think, no, there's something wrong here. Something doesn't seem right. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I hope we can get out of this patch. Last season, the end of last season, should I say, winning the FA Cup was a good thing. But obviously, this season was going to be the real job. This was going to be the real task. Has Arteta fully done it yet? I can't say he has because I think we're 11th at the moment.
I know, but the only good thing is it's a strange season. You get 3 wins on the bounce, you're back in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's about trying to find that little bit of consistency. Ain't the end of the world. I do like Arteta. I think I do like his ideas. He's on the right track, definitely. And I did say, I don't know if you remember in the group, we did say that he needed to bring the kids in. Do you know what I mean? Then what he done, you see what happened in it. You know what I mean?
No, I can see that.
He need to
I do think Arteta is the right man. I really like the idea of young coaches. I really like that idea. Seeing the young coaches come through, Leipzig. I'm sure he hasn't hit his 40s yet. I don't think.
Yeah, he hasn't. No.
And he's doing such a great job there.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I could maybe reach that at that point.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like
definitely.
So it is good to see.
100%. And so I know all the same coaches like the Pulis. Thank God we don't really hear his name no more. Some like it's always the same names getting back to the back. We need to get new names, new fresh blood in there, man. Which is
no more Jose Mourinho. No more of that.
Do you know what I'm saying? No more. Well, Tottenham, no. Get Jose Mourinho to Tottenham, innit? Do you know what I mean? So I don't mind that at all. Do you know what I'm saying? But other than that, there needs to be a new impetus of coaches, and give other people a chance, man. It does need to happen. 110%.
One thing I was saying to my friend the other day, there's not really that much black coaches, should I say? So that's another thing that I would, we put the young coaches in there now.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can see much more black coaches coming through, or coaches of much different ethnicities.
Yeah, of course. I mean, where do you stand on the whole, kneeling, the Black Lives Matter movement within football and stuff? What do you reckon? What's your thoughts?
It looks good. It does look good, but behind closed doors, there is still a lot of racial incidents happening.
Yeah.
A lot of it is coming more to light now, but I think Ian Wright said it. They are doing something, but there is more that can be done, and I fully agree with that. There is much more. I don't know if it would be, you know, the social media platforms to blame for, you know, these incidents happening, or would it, because just because there's not fans there, you know, if there was fans in the stadium, I'm sure, you know, just what happened. I think it was QPR when the players kneeled and people started booing or something.
Yeah, that was Millwall.
Was it Millwall? Oh,
yeah.
You know, you may get that more at certain clubs, should I
Yeah.
say? So overall, there does need to be a bigger change, hopefully on that journey, because a lot more things are broadcasted these days. A lot more people are seeing it these days.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can take that next level. And because personally for myself, I don't think racism would ever be stamped out completely.
No. Sorry, go
on, David. Go on.
Yeah, I think for me, like, it's never going to get stamped out, but the people above need to let the racists know, if you come here, it's not going to be tolerated. Yeah. That's what it is, and that's what's not going on. That's what I mean. I think with the kneeling and stuff like that, fair enough. Yeah, we know that, but deep down, is there any change happening? And the answer is no. Do you know what I mean? Really and truly, the answer is no. You know, so it's all a token gesture, blah, 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 yeah. But until people like UEFA, the FA get serious about it and do serious things, like encouraging players to walk off, do you know what I mean? Not, you know, just basically really getting behind it and really doing something serious about it. That's what needs to be done from the people above. You know, you can't be getting a little 20 grand fine for you know, flipping teams, supporters giving racist chants and all that. You've got to start being serious. When they're serious, that's when, you know, because we can't change it. You know, even though we're doing as much as we can on the ground level, it's all about the people above, man. You know.
Do you think? Because someone mentioned it to me the other day. Do you think, like, say there is another incident and they're able to find out what club it's come from? Say something happened on social media, and they're able to locate what team that specific person may support. Do you think they should? Do you think point deductions should come?
I think social media, no, because we don't know who's behind it.
Yeah,
so it could be, for instance, could be a Tottenham supporter doing something to an Arsenal supporter to try and set up something. I mean, to the Arsenal player, we don't know, because social media is hard because anyone can do it. You can't. It's not blatant. You know. I think when things happen blatantly, like you're in the stadium and people are saying this, la 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 la, I think then, you know, then it's a harsher thing, a harsher sentence or a harsher punishment for the clubs for allowing that. And until there's a harsher punishment for the clubs and it hurts their pockets, that's when we're going to see change.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I've never really understood. I'm pretty sure Shitu used to play for Millwall, isn't it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
How does that? I don't know how that would work.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and black striker as well. So what happens?
Listen, their supporters trust come out with a statement. Yeah, they weren't condemning what was being done. What they said was that, you know, we're not a racist club. Our player of the year was black.
It sounds like one of them ones. I'm not racist. I've got a black friend. You know, it sounds like one of them.
I'm saying, because me, I don't like talking about it too much because I think it degrades us a bit. Do you know what I mean? I think like no, we're still fighting this same fight for how long. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to accept that. Do you know what? They ain't change ain't being made. We have to take matters into our own hands. Like, if it means they're gonna abuse us and we're gonna go off the pitch, let them go off the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Let them go off the pitch, to like they've done in the Besiktas and thingy game, in the PSG game, you know. So we got to start taking matters in our own hands. I think if the people above ain't going to take us seriously, I think that's what needs to be done, man. Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
That's what I think anyway. Do you know what I mean? I think we've got to take things into our own hands, and, you know, because until it gets taken seriously by the authorities, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's finish up on something a bit lighter. on our question and answers. You know, I know there's been much debate on the group. Before we move on, actually, is there anyone you want to shout out on the group before they say you didn't mention me or nothing like that?
All of the boys, Hamza, Junior, George, aka Joey Essex, Reagan. Ali,
yes, we got Reagan, right, Reagan.
Yeah, exactly. And another person who did also help me on my development is Denise. You know,
Denise, I know.
She was there for a lot of my time.
Yes, yeah.
No,
she's had an operation, man. So I'm hoping to have her on within the next couple of weeks. Hopefully she's all right now. She'll be ready to return. So we do miss her. We do miss her a lot. Yeah, man. But let's get into this then. So as you know, quick fire questions, quick fire time. Are you ready, Matthew?
I'm ready.
All right, first one, easy one. Nike or Adidas?
I've got to be honest. I used to love Adidas back in the day, man. I used to really love them. I used to love a pair of trainers. I don't know if you know, called Forest Hills. I used to love those trainers. But Adidas has actually fallen off now. Nike has completely taken over, so I've got to say Nike.
Yeah, it's got to be Nike. I know Kanye's doing a little thing with Adidas. It's got to be Nike, isn't it? PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation, any day.
Easy. Texting or talking or voice notes?
I would have to say texting. You know, I don't really mind a text, but I don't mind a phone call at certain times. The thing for me is the unexpected calls. You know, I just look at my phone thinking, you know,
who's that?
So yeah, I would have to say texting.
See, easy. Me personally, I'll have to be phone calls. I don't even have notifications on my phone, so I don't even check. I mean, but anyway, cats or dogs?
I gotta say cats. I've got 2 cats actually.
Oh, nice.
They're just running around in the room. So yeah, I'll have to say cats.
Nice. All right. Love or money?
Love. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
I don't really drink any, but of the 2, I would have to say Coca-Cola.
Okay. Why don't you drink? Is there? Don't you drink fizzy drinks?
I don't know. I'm more of an apple juice sort of guy. I do like my herbal teas, as the boys keep having me about. Right. I do like herbal teas, but apple juice, I think that's probably one of my main drinks.
Nice, all right. Well, South London is much more trendier now, isn't it? You know, you're with the trendy crowd now, yeah. Lemon teas and all that. All right, so that's not that. Like, Marvel or DC?
Sorry,
Marvel or DC?
Oh, Marvel.
There it has to be, man. Superman or Batman?
Batman, 100%. Sorry,
Iron Man or Captain America?
I have to say Iron Man. I'm not really a fan of Captain America. I'm not really.
Steak or chicken? Or are you vegan?
No, I'm not vegan. I don't really eat that much steak. I do like to cook, and one of my main things is cooking chicken. Okay. So I would say chicken.
See, I've been doing a lot of cooking during lockdown. All right, cool. All right, seen. So you're a nice little cook, yeah? All right, seen.
Yeah, I can chef up a little bit.
Easy. All right, what's your favorite dish?
I do like fish. I do like mackerel. My mum is always going on about I love sweet chili. Love it.
Okay.
I put a lot of sweet chili on all of my food. I would have to say my sweet chili mackerel is probably my
I have to put some down, man, after lockdown. Do you know what I mean? The people want to taste on that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, all right. Netflix or YouTube?
100% YouTube. I do use Netflix a little bit. But to be fair, my mum probably uses it more than I do. So YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
I do spend a lot of time trying to find something to watch. I've watched too many things.
See,
but yeah, 100% YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, man. Yeah, I watch YouTube more than normal TV. And the last one, cardio or weights? I'm guessing.
At the moment, I would have to say, I'd have to say cardio, 100%.
Cardio,
I have put a lot of weight during lockdown, to be fair.
And we all.
So definitely cardio when I come out of lockdown as well.
That's it, man. That's it. Listen, anything else you want to add?
Well, thank you for all the opportunities you've given me.
No problem, man.
Believing in me as well. Hi, all the coaches, all the boys.
Easy.
I hope when we come back, or when we're out of lockdown, when we're back on the pitch, I hope we're all ready to train.
Yeah, to train. Yeah.
I tell you now, there will be a lot of fitness coming back.
Yeah.
So prepare yourself.
Yeah, man. I want to do a little fitness session for us lot as well, man. Do you know what I mean? Like a little something for us, little extra sessions. I mean, which would be good as well, man. As well as when things get back to normal, I want to do a podcast with all of us on there. Do you know what I mean? Discussing stuff. So
it'll be great to hear all the coaches and all that.
Yeah, it'd be good just to get together. Have like once every 2 weeks or once a month or saying have a little podcast to talk about stuff. It'll be good, man. In the flesh, and that'll be really good. You know what I mean? But listen, Matt, thank you very much for taking your time out. Jump on. Do you know what I mean? Thank you very much for that. And listen, man, I'll be speaking to you soon. Hopefully, we'll be getting back to normal. Don't work too hard. Do you know what I mean? So make sure you take it easy. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be seeing you soon, man. Yeah.
No worries. See you soon, David.
Thank you very much, man. Nice one. Yeah, Matt. Easy. In a bit.